we tend to hyper focus on calories and we get a negative relationship with food. So we end up
Mhm.
actually eating foods that are worse for us and do more damage to our body, like diet, light, Splenda, all of these things. Because that's just like really dated nutritional information that we were raised with. And then with men, we see men that just want to be like the next, like, Schwarzenegger, and they're going to CrossFit and destroying their joints, or they're trying
Yeah.
to lift things that they have no business lifting. So how
Yeah.
do you, I guess, check that ego and then cultivate a healthy relationship with diet and exercise?
Well, I think the first thing that has to happen is understanding our thoughts, beliefs, and how we approach diet and exercise in the first place. Because what this does is it almost like gives you a mirror into how people deal with their issues and problems. And I think most of the times, let's talk about diet just first. We can't necessarily switch up the diet and start eating clean and start eating high protein and do any of this kind of stuff unless we actually get down to the root issues of like why you actually eat so much in the first place. Why is it uncontrollable? So the very first part is actually bringing awareness to that. So with entrepreneurs, especially, or anyone, actually, like a lot of people deal with this. They actually deal with the aspect of stress eating and eating their emotions. And a lot of times they want to get tactical about it. So, okay, I got to count my calories and then I got to cut out carbs or I got to do this and that. I got to fast for like 3 days. But what they're doing is they're taking like a tool and trying to fix a symptom where they're not necessarily going into the causes as to like why they do these things in the first place. So we actually have to see what these behaviors are, and we have to see what the underlying reasons that they're actually doing these behaviors are. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it is kind of like figuring out what those emotions are, bringing awareness to it, and making sure that we're not necessarily going to eradicate it. I mean, that's never going to happen, but we want to set up a strategy where you're able to deal with it on a regular basis because it will come. And then afterwards, we want to make everything as simple as possible. So we do have a very boutique service, and obviously we work with a very specific clientele. We work with high achieving entrepreneurs. So what we do, it sounds so funny, but we try to actually make things as simple as humanly possible for them. So a lot of times you'll see trainers, okay, you got to count every single macro and you got to do cardio on your off days and you got to do cardio before your workouts and you got to do this and that, and they will like try to attack this problem with as much intensity as possible. But the reality is that they're not in this fitness game. You know, they have a life, they have a family, and this may be like number three on the priority list, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we try to actually make things as simple as humanly possible for them. So one of the things that we do is we try to line up their nutrition with their schedules, because a lot of times they're trying to like follow these like 16-8 fasts and do all this kind of stuff when the reality is that every single, actually I had a client say this to me, it's like, what is my diet called, what do you call this diet, I need to know. And I'm like, it is your name, diet. Okay, it is Lance, this is the Lance diet. Okay, and I feel like everyone needs a certain degree of specialization when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to kind of like fitting things into their schedule, and we want to make the diet almost as easy as humanly possible. And especially with entrepreneurs and people who have access to resources, one of the things that we love to do is find a very simple way in which you're getting prepared food in your hands, you know, in the most convenient way possible, whether that's through cooking on your own, meal delivery, or even getting like a personal chef. But again, main thing about the diet is to make it as simple as possible and to almost like set up an environment in a way where it's going to be easy for your body to lose weight and to lose body fat in a sustainable way that's not making you feel hungry
Mm-hmm.
all the time. And the same thing goes with the workouts. I like to tell my clients that, hey, you didn't get your body out of shape in a matter of 6 weeks, so don't expect to get your body in shape in a matter of 6 weeks. And also, when it comes to the process of wanting to build muscle, and most entrepreneurs, they actually, a lot of them that I work with, they just want to lose like the gut. You know, that's all they want to do. They just want to lose the gut. They want to feel they want to feel confident about their body, and they want to feel like they're actually rocking this area of their life.
Mm-hmm.
So with the workouts, we make it very simple. We don't get them to do boatloads of cardio. We actually just get them to just like walk and just to do very light kind of active recovery type of stuff, and then
Mhm.
we focus on the gym, and we focus on just building muscle in the gym. And actually, when it comes to building muscle in the gym, it doesn't really take that long either. It takes maybe like 45 minutes to an hour, 3 days a week. We don't want their lives to be interconnected with the gym whatsoever. That's my job. It's not theirs. And in general, when we're looking at the scope of what this person is dealing with, we have to hit it from an emotional angle. Okay, so why are we doing these things? And then we have to look at their schedules and be strategic about it and be like, okay, so when is going to be the perfect time for you to eat your meals?
Mhm.
How are we going to get these meals prepared for you? How are we going to get these meals in your hands? And then we also strategize on the workouts. Okay, when are we going to do these workouts? How are we going to actually make sure we stick them as well
Mhm.
and make this a part of your life that's almost like brushing your teeth?
Mhm.
So we just get really strategic, and we try to specialize as much as humanly possible with every single client. And once they find kind of like what we say is like their natural rhythm of doing things, then it just makes things just really easy, and a lot of it is like it's not necessarily trying to fit fitness into actually it's not trying to fit your life into fitness. It's actually trying to fit fitness into your life, right? It's trying to fit being in shape into your life and not making it the whole idea of what your life is supposed to be about.
Mhm.
So that's what we try to do as much as possible.